Hello. Let's finish Disco Elysium. I I got interrupted last time, so I ended my episode in a very awkward spot. I think I'm about to finish this game, so let's see how long this will be, and if this if this sequence ends soon and it's just gonna roll the credits, I think I will retry the Moralist quest and see how differently it can go. Because I kinda suspect that I did fail it last time. So yeah, we shall see about that. Oh, Fairweather helmet. +1 half-light, -1 suggestion.
Brother, you've managed to collect all the armor pieces. Too bad it's too late for the big showdown.
Don't think this helmet would have helped me anyway. Look down at your wound. At least my collector's impulse has been satisfied. I'm sure I'll have a use for this armor in the future.
Future use for a future armor. Agreed. Gear up, heavy porcelain man. It's a violent world.
Nice. So it's identical helmet to the one that Root was wearing, right? Head as battering ram, a fighter, not a lover. This monstrous looking back-eyed ceramic helmet was in the phasmid's nest. It still has some reeds sticking out of it and it smells of seawater, but it's otherwise wearable, if not exactly comfortable. Putting it on feels scary somehow. Wait, didn't Kuno say something about kicking a helmet into the sea? Is that why it smells of seawater? I guess that's what happened, huh? Maybe Phasmid took interest in it because it looks like a bug head. Oh. Ah. So this set doesn't have pants. Because... Huh. Where are those pants actually? Where did they go? I remember that corpse had boots on. Pants. I actually can see the photo of it, right?
An intricate web of blue lines stretches up. The pattern still kind of has an...
Okay, he didn't have pants actually. So we have no idea where they went. Okay. Yeah, so truly this armor wouldn't help anyway because Harry got shot in his thigh, right? Okay. It doesn't look bad, but still I'm not really a fan of white clothes, to be honest. Okay, what was I wearing? Yeah, should be good. I have 2 points. What should I put them into? Oh yeah, I think our suspect has a check that I probably should try. T9 32 rifle scope. A common 30mm sniper scope attachable to almost any bolt action 4.46 caliber. It uses an older style non-dotted range-finding reticle. Seaweed is still stuck on the lens and it suffered water damage from its time in the Phasmid's dowry. Interesting. So he lost his scope a week ago or more. Should be more because for me it's now day 9, so He killed Lily. I wanna say 16 days ago. Triangle 446. The bolt action 4.46 caliber Triangle is a poor man's sniper rifle. While not the most reliable of firearms, it is relatively precise due to a very manageable recoil, thus allowing the shooter to take multiple consecutive shots fast. This particular piece is missing a scope, though. I can't combine them, I guess. Evidence, Krasier's passport. Ah. Wait, so Phasmid took it? Not the old man? It says well-traveled passport with visas stamped in it. It issued by the Republic of Oranje. You found it in the Phasmid's nest on the island. You can open it for more details.
This passport, issued by the Sovereign Republic of Oranje, is issued to a black-haired woman called Katarzyna Alazie.
Classia's hidden documents from the empty boy.
Look at the photo.
It's Klasia, with short black hair and glasses. She looks boyish, younger somehow. An old photo, before life came and did what it does.
What was this doing in the Phasmid's nest?
Maybe our man, Mr. Dross, took it from Classia's, or whatever her name was, hiding place, or...
Perhaps for some blackmailing plan. The Phasmid took it, and I sensed it to do so. I saw something open up the boy with spindly legs. Point to your head. Did I do it? I did have some Inland Empire check back then, but I don't remember what it said exactly. I think the Phasmid took it.
Like a magpie? What a coincidence. Then it would also have collected the other objects, which would be highly unusual. I can see how the helmet could wash up on the island. And the scope. Maybe Mr. Dross lost it. But to seek this out would be very unusual behavior for an arthropod.
Would it? Maybe it was simply curious. A curious octopus would do something similar, or even a cuttlefish.
Perhaps it was curious, like an octopus. Perhaps it had a vendetta against our Miss Oranje.
An octopus belongs to a very different class. It's not even an insect, it's a mollusk. But yes, I see your point.
It says Katarzyna Alazie.
She said it would be for Anouk Meyer-Smith. Anouk Meyer-Smith.
Katarzyna Alazie was supposed to be her real name, where Klasia comes from. Remember? God damn it.
Maybe this is her real passport, not a fake, because this is her real name. Katarzyna Alazie was supposed to be her real name, she lied to us.
Yes, somehow she managed to lie to us, one more time. In a way, she's still lying to us right now.
Zriten smiles. What is her real name then?
I don't know, but it's not Katarzyna Alazie, or Klasia, or Anouk Meyer-Smith. We didn't even scratch the surface with her, detective.
Damn.
Perhaps it's better that we didn't arrest her. Who knows what hell she'd be raising in my district by now.
I actually looked that up, and if you do arrest Krasier, then not an enviable fate happens to her. If you have very high shivers, then shivers will tell you that Krasier will be murdered in the prison, just like she was afraid of when she was telling you about how she was being chased by Moralist agents. So this brings up an interesting topic, or rather a debate. Should you arrest her so she would stop being a threat to other people, because she acts like a cornered animal, and she will betray everyone around her just to survive and put other people in danger. Like, all this shit happened Well, not just because of her, but this case would be much easier to solve if she actually decided to tell us the truth from the start and not make us be sidelined by Ruby red herring. Maybe we would be able to solve this case before the mercenary tribunal, who knows. But if we do that, if we catch her, then she would be killed. And of course, we would not have any idea that that would happen to her, but she did tell that she would be killed, and that really happens. So her blood kinda would be on your hands, but at the same time, it's a result of her work that she decided to take. The risky agent, suspicious stuff that she was doing, so it was her responsibility as well. So I think it's a very difficult decision. Like, there is no like a very solid answer to say which is better. It's not black and white. It's very morally gray, I think. To let her go, so she could cause maybe more chaos, or maybe she can take this second chance and turn her life around, like my Harry did after his amnesia. Who knows what could happen in the future to her? So I will hope that she will turn out to be better as a result, that she will not cause any killings anymore. So I was unhappy that I didn't arrest her, but now I'm feeling like my heart was in the right place, and I now I am satisfied with what I decided to do. Okay, nothing else to do, right? Oh, also, I think I read somewhere that I really shouldn't have been sprinting because my Harry was bleeding, and NPCs were commenting about that precisely because I was sprinting. But to be honest, walking at this slow pace, not pace, would drive me crazy, so I'm gonna sprint anyway.
What is it? What do you want from me? I can't go.
Sir, how could you not see the phasmid?
See.
He stares at the reeds and falls silent.
Mr. Dras?
The man does not respond. He keeps staring, black eyes glazed over and bulging from their sockets, his gap-toothed mouth shaking with fear and longing.
Snap your fingers under his nose. Wave your hand in front of his eyes.
A light shiver passes him, followed by nothing. His hands are trembling, and he breathes slowly.
He's going into some kind of psychomotor immobility. The good news is, this solves our transportation problem, doesn't it, Mr. Dras?
The trembling mouth appears to sigh.
Between this and the broken tire he's used for a boat, I think it's safe to leave him here, while we go and get help. It will need to be medical first, I'm afraid.
What has happened to this man?
Old age and shock.
I think it's the phasmid. Nah, I don't think so. Old age and shock, yes.
The appearance of the phasmid in conjunction with the stress of the arrest. He spent his entire life here. For him to leave would be...
Yeah, that's a good point. He has spent the most of his life in this island without being integrated into society, so going back would be a huge shock to him indeed. We found some things in the phasmid's nest, Mr. Dross.
He stares into the reeds. Your words don't stir anything in him. Perhaps you should...
Am I not able to do that check anymore? Shit. Show him the ceramic helmet.
Nothing. Just dull staring. Not even rage left, wherever he is.
If Kuno kicked it into the sea, as he said he did, the ebb would put it back here. This makes sense. Mr. Dross could have picked it up. Or the Phasmid even. If it did, this is incredible.
Show him the Aranis passport.
No reaction. His breathing is slow, and he appears very old all of a sudden. Around 80.
Did you take this passport and other papers from a boy on the coast?
The spirit.
He hears us. The spirit?
No reply. He's gone again.
Try something else? We got him back for a moment.
Show him the detached scope.
I lost.
You lost it, Mr. Dross.
He turns his eyes to the reeds again, as he's done so many times. Beige and white stripes.
He lost the scope. Then it somehow made its way over there. With the help of a magpie Phasmid?
The lieutenant observes the lens sparkle in your hand.
This sight is a T9, Mr. Dross. Was it attached to the rifle when you made the shot?
Silence. Not even a sigh. You've gotten all you will out of this poor being.
I'm going to let you rest now, Mr. Dross.
The plastic cape flaps around his face in a gust of wind. His back is slouched and his mouth open. The blacks of his eyes are receding. His pupils are returning to normal.
Hang tight.
We should think about getting back to the mainland. To get help. He'll be safe here. If we don't take too long.
The return. Use the boat to return to mainland. Man, did I miss something important with that check, I wonder? Okay, maybe I should point, not point. I keep combining two words that I'm about to say, and I keep saying some nonsense as a result. I should spend my remaining points, maybe +2 rhetoric. Rhetoric was actually more useful than I expected it to be. It had some shitty arguments, but a lot of times also very useful ones, so it was kinda 50-50. But still I enjoyed its talking most of the time. Yeah. I'm just gonna do this for a nice number, like to show how intelligence based my build was. Intelligence. Man, but it is unfortunate that I missed something from him. I still don't really understand his motives. He killed that guy because he was jealous?
ICM? This feels familiar somehow.
Because he was jealous that Krasia was sleeping with some fascist guy that he felt... No, I don't know. I don't think he was into Krasia that much. I don't think so. He even called her a whore, right? Yeah. I still don't understand his motive, yeah. Maybe... Okay, so he is the soldier of the war that was over 50 years ago, and he regrets leaving the battlefield, that he was a coward back then, so he punished himself by being isolated here and defending this place by himself. And now that he's super old, maybe he wanted to end his life with a bang, like prove that he still got it, that he can manage this impressive shot and wait for police to grab him and arrest him. But he said that he has holes in his memories, and I believe in that. Maybe he had some other motive, but now he can't remember what it was. He's really stuck in the past, and it was really sad how he felt about René. He hated that guy, but René still was one of the people of his generation, and now that he's not here anymore, he felt super lonely, I think, even more than before. He felt like his old world is crumbling and now there is nothing familiar about it anymore in the new world. Yeah. ICM. This feels familiar somehow. Well, I guess ICM is RCM before the war. Kim, what is the ICM? RCM. It sounds like RCM. Reversal Citizens Militia.
It does.
Why?
The RCM may descend from the ICM.
May.
It's impossible to say. It was chaos after the war. The name was good for getting people to join us. Revachol West was mostly workers and criminals.
Nice political thoughts rush through your neocortex. It's going to be hard to say them. Carrying around all that weight on a busted crutch is making you pant.
What I'm hearing is we descend from the glorious revolutionary army. It's a little embarrassing in 51, no? Maybe we need a rebrand. ICM sounds like ISP. ICP. Very close to the International Collaboration Police. Nice and normal that way. Just catch your breath. What do I think about this? Militia. Here in Russia, we got some changes throughout the years of my life, and at first it was called militia here, and then they changed it to police, and it kinda was made in a way so because militia was associated with the Soviet Union and with that old culture that is not appreciated here anymore. So police now sounds like a newer way to associate them, these men that are working in police. I don't know what I'm talking, like it's the same thing. Militia and police, like nothing really changed because besides from the branding, and but people started feeling like militia is uncomfortable to use just because it was reminding of the past too much. But to me it's pointless, like rebranding doesn't change the foundation and people that are working there.
That's just a coincidence, officer. The co-mail was founded in 32.
He bows to inspect the barrel. Kim, what is the ICM?
Insul Indian Citizens Militia. It's the official name of the Communards Army, the black and white army of the revolution.
Sounds an awful lot like.
A white star. Point to the star on the label.
No, an upside-down star.
With its horns in the sky, the symbol of the commune.
Are those pegs stars too?
No, that's the uninhabited archipelago.
A DeLorean-era symbol of Insulinda, known as the face in the sea.
Looks old. What is it still doing here?
After 44 years? That's not nearly enough to hide what happened here, Lieutenant Gefreiter. One of these barrels was still leaking fuel, as you saw. The city is full of things like this. Old bullets, guns, fuel.
Be careful not to fall. The cliff face looks steep. I'm still feeling uncomfortable to leave him alone there. I think one of us should have stayed.
The skiff is swaying on the waves by the dock.
Let's return to the mainland.
Let's. We are done here.
The skiff rocks gently under your weight as you get in. The ride back is uneventful and quiet. But for the sound of conversation on the water, there is someone inland waiting for you. 2 men and a woman stand on the concrete square of a nameless village, looking at a small yellow boat as it draws closer. The sea is calm.
Okay, it should be Jean Wagmer, sergeant woman that was escorting him, and no idea who else.
You reach the jetty and climb out of the skiff.
Esprit de Corps is, in my opinion, one of the supernatural skills, just like Inland Empire and Shivers. It straight up tells us information about other people that we can't see. What it exactly says in the description. Yeah, it doesn't have any supernatural description to it, but it's a really cool skill. I kinda regret that I don't have it very high level. For me it's only 12, right now. Yeah. And I could have made it 16, which is not bad. Oh well. I can do that in another playthrough. Hey!
Look what the tide brought him.
Says the man without sunglasses. Suddenly his expression changes and he tilts his head.
I want to call you a teapot, but I'm honestly kind of impressed. No idea where you got all that gear, but there's no doubt in my mind that some bad people are looking for it. Also, you look like a fucking idiot.
Whatever this is, it is completely unimportant compared to what you've just seen.
Yeah, in 3D Phasmid it just it rerouted the direction of the story to a different direction. Like it made the confrontation with the suspect kinda unimportant in comparison, and I do like that actually. It was a beautiful encounter and it really made me feel more optimistic than usual. My Harry was a little bit neutral about the cryptozoology's hobby, but I didn't deny that Phasmid like that could really exist because of knowing that this world has Pale, and Pale is something that is just a completely wild concept. Like, if that would exist in our world, I would be like, holy shit, we definitely can have some aliens or chupacabras or whatever. If Pale can exist, then other supernatural beings also can be real.
This is the man with sunglasses from the Whirling in Rags. But where are his sunglasses?
Wait, you are the man with sunglasses. My Harry didn't realize who his partner was this whole time. I'm kinda baffled by that Harry can't acknowledge this canonically.
That's right. And you're some kind of Murder machine.
Forget about all this. There is a giant. Well, okay, I think we should talk about our work first and then the cool discovery that we just made. Oh, I hope we can call Lena after this. The armor, no one else seems bothered by it.
Oh, really? They don't seem bothered by it? That's because you're a cop in an exoskeleton.
Everyone felt perfectly safe in your company. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
I know when people are uncomfortable around me, they haven't been. Yeah, I'm a cop in a goddamn exoskeleton. Oh, that explains it.
Believe me, they felt uncomfortable.
Vic, calm down.
We're not forgetting about anything. Look at you.
He points at you with both hands. Okay, who is our third guy? Yeah, I have no idea who that is actually. Who are you people?
Hello, Trent Heilerstam. I believe we've met on several occasions.
Oh, okay. Kinda forgot about you.
I'm your goddamn partner, Jean-Vic Quemar, and this is your special task force. Or what's left of it. Special Consultant Trent Heilerstam, Patrol Officer Judith Minot.
Hi.
We've come to scrape what's left of you off the pavement.
Wait. Special Consultant Trent Heiderstam. What? He's working with RCM, or maybe he's just a higher up from Moralist side?
Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi, Prison 57. We've just come from the island, where our investigation led us.
The scene is making even him feel as though he has to justify your actions.
We might need your help with something later.
He adds, suddenly regaining his confidence.
As if he recalled that he's in fact a decorated police lieutenant and not a naughty boy.
Kim being with me for 9 days, I think, really changed his perspective and made him loosen up a bit.
But this is clearly a departmental matter, so I'm going to leave you to discuss it among yourselves.
No, Kim, you've gotta have my back. Let's destroy them. Wait to feed me to the wolves. Thank you, Lieutenant.
It's good to meet you, Lieutenant Kitsuhagi.
She says warmly, flashing the lieutenant the tiniest of smiles. What is this about?
Ari, we want to help you. Trent, I believe this is where you come in?
This is the horse-faced woman. I don't know why you named her that, but it was beyond idiotic. You should never address her using those words again.
Well, I didn't call her that out loud.
I don't quite know what I'm doing here. I was asked to participate as an expert. I think I need to manage your expectations a little. I'm at best an enthusiast in cognitive science. My background is in something else entirely. I engage in neurology on a merely theoretical level. In fact, I should probably get going.
No, Trent, it's too late. You're part of this shit now. What have you got to say for yourself, shit kid?
Is this about my memory loss?
What does he have to say for himself? He left you to catch the bullets. Shit kid. What an interesting moniker.
What is a shit kid?
You. Shit kid? That's you.
Despite all that you've done, the deserter, the phasmid, the case.
Despite all that I have done, better not to piss him off by arguing.
No, because of all that you've done.
How did you know I was here?
The cafeteria manager you fucked over told us where you went.
After all that Sylvie stuff, he betrays me. I saved his establishment and still he betrays me. Turn to face the general direction of the Whirling and yell, "Damn you, cafeteria manager! You have betrayed me for the last time!" I understand. Okay, guard told you. Well, this guy is a police captain, so you can't really not tell him the truth.
And people on the street helped us too, with your whereabouts.
You're a legend among the drunks, Harry. A legendary local drunk.
You aren't the man with sunglasses at all. You are not even blonde.
Guilty as charged. I heard you'd lost your mind and your memory. I wanted to see if it was true. And it was. Good work, Harry. You're insane now. There's one less person for me and everyone else to rely on.
He was too sarcastic for you to realize who he was.
I don't like being lied to. Okay, I had that coming. Maybe if you hadn't been so sarcastic, I would have realized I knew you. Actually, I suspected something was off.
Did you? Or did you literally not recognize my face? We've been partners for how long, Harry? Don't answer that. You don't remember.
Absolutely no idea. 100 years? Judging by the familiarity you feel toward him, 2 years minimum? Or maybe a short but close stint on the task force. He's right. Don't start guessing. Now's not a good time.
I wonder if maybe we were participating in the RCM shootout with bandits in this church. Saint Ghislaine one. Also, I think I missed some detail, or maybe I just wasn't thinking about that, but maybe that shootout. Was I actually discussing this or not before? I don't remember. Anyway, maybe the shootout happened precisely because people were researching that pale origin point. Maybe Insulindian explorers like 400 years ago, they made churches around those origin points, and now that some time has passed, I think Moralists, maybe they are trying to not make this information to leak, because it can cause some serious panic, and maybe if they learn that someone is investigating about those PO points, then maybe they silence them. That's why RCM was ordered to kill people there. Who knows? Maybe I'm just thinking too much about this. You, not to the female officer. I'm sorry I didn't recognize you before.
It's okay. I didn't come here to gloat or to fool you. Neither did he, actually. We're just worried.
That's right. Worried. I'm always worried about you. Every time you don't show up to work, or when you do about stink, you're a worry fest. She's worried about you. I'm worried about you. Even Special Consultant Backpedal is worried about you. Everyone worries instead of working.
He's got a very, very solid case there. Actually, I've been trying to find a good moment to tell you.
Fuck you too. I don't need help. You're worried too.
Yes, you often sound like a brutal idiot.
So, Trent Heidelstam turns out to be Special Consultant Trent Heidelstam.
Yes, I'm Trant Heidelstam. I never said I wasn't Trant Heidelstam.
Wait, what was up with the kids then?
Mikhail? Mikhail's my son.
Oh yeah? What was up with all the interesting history spying on me? Okay, sorry.
No problem.
So, what are you special consulting here?
What indeed? I was asked to share my take on some of the more obscure theories developed in Königstein in the 30s, like partial psychotraumatic amnesia, group personality theory.
He's here to see if you're insane. He's smart. Let's move on.
Duped again. No one is who they say they are. I'm not gonna say that. You mentioned a task force.
Yeah, Major Crimes Unit, under Lieutenant Dubois and Vicomar. Ring any bells?
Yeah, totally. I get it. Major Crimes Unit. Refresh my memory. Who else is in this?
Refresh your memory? It's a goddamn Major Crimes Unit. There's you, me, Jude, Trant fucking Heidelstam, and Guillaume baby.
I'm technically just a civilian advisor.
Oh, fuck you. You're part of this shit show.
First, who is Guillaume Bevy?
Oh, that's an interesting story, actually. Guillaume Bevy is a police reporter who joined our team. He was really good. Then he left because he lost faith in your ability to lead the unit. Other people have left too. Good, smart people. People we won't get back. Only me and this really patient patrol officer are still here. And Tron because I'm forcing him to stay.
Is this Guillaume Bevy blonde and partial to sunglasses?
Is this Guillaume Bevy blonde with sunglasses like you were?
See? There. He's getting it. I was impersonating him. Look at me, I'm G. Bevy. It was going to be funny, but then you really did have brain damage. So not so much anymore.
Okay. So this wasn't just a stupid disguise.
He sincerely thought it was going to be amusing for both of you.
Okay, so what does the unit do?
Do? It's a major crimes unit. We clear the desk of cases so Precinct 41 doesn't look like the worst station in town. We are shit tier now, Harry. Because of you.
They're your posse, or what remains of it. Hand-picked, hand-lost.
The 41st isn't...
He trails off, not wishing to finish the sentence. Man, I want to leave this unit and join Kim's precinct now. Where have you been all this time? There was a mercenary tribunal. Esprit de Corps told me that they went home to Jamrock before the tribunal.
God damn it, Harry.
He shifts his weight, crosses his arms and looks you in the eye.
You told us to fuck off. You said we're cramping your style. Your detective god. Fuck everything. All we burn. Detect or die.
Wait, so you let me face a squad of trained killers alone just to teach me a lesson?
It wasn't like that.
Fuck you, Harry. We didn't know there was gonna be a tribunal, did we?
All will burn, Satellite Officer Wickemeyer. Make no mistake about it. Why didn't you detect or die then? Why would you leave a literal police guard? I said all those things. I'm not like that anymore.
Yes, you're sorry. You're the sorriest cop who ever lived. Nothing has changed, Harry. I've heard this repentance shit a million times over.
Well, now I mean that. None of this is ringing any bells.
The bells aren't ringing because you have brain damage. Trant, this is where you come in. How bad is it?
Well, he doesn't have visible tremors, he talks without slurring, he can drive a boat, he's standing, reasoning. All good signs, but complete retrograde amnesia, episodic and semantic.
Meaning, you forgot both who you are and the definitions of money, e-solar, pal, and so on.
As displayed in the station call, our interactions with him, and I don't want to be a snitch, but also mine with him before when Harry did not seem to know who I was. It's all very interesting.
Interesting?
Yes, interesting. I have my theories, but I would like to hear Harry's thoughts first. Harry, what do you think happened to you? Neurologically, psychologically, and why not socioeconomically?
Wait, socio-economically, you think I'm so poor I lost my memory?
Not when you phrase it like that. But I don't think critical theory... I know everyone thinks this is far-fetched pink academia, but still, I don't think it should be off the table here.
What? He lost his memory because of capitalism?
No, not like that. I'm not talking for Hedefort's school here. But Harry, I asked you, what do you think happened?
I drank so much I lost my memory, and I am now slowly recovering it. I made it all up. It was a fantasy, a stupid joke. I know what I am. It might have something to do with an anomaly in the church, a 2mm hole in the world. I am a highly experimental detective. This was a method I used to solve the case. Something so sad happened to me that I couldn't be me anymore. It was a defense mechanism. Capitalism. Capitalism fucked me beyond all recognition. Trant is right. Out of this, I think option 3 and option 5 are the most correct ones, but I don't think Harry was in the church when he lost his memory. He was drinking with Idiot Doom Spiral, right? So he got drunk, he was in the sea, and then I said maybe he lost his memory because of the pale effect. Because that's what I was reading about the pale right before that it messes with memories. And Pale Driver also said that, no, something similar to that. But this being a coping mechanism actually sounds more likely. So maybe it was a combination of things. So to forget his wife, to try to move on from her, he was drinking. Drinking didn't help, so he was drinking more and more and more. And then he had a mental breakdown and wanted to stop being a cop. Yeah, being a cop also didn't help his mental health at all. It made it even worse. Yeah. They will not believe the theory about anomaly anyway.
Psychotraumatic amnesia, Trant? I can go for that. Shit kid is a broken man. Always has been. Who isn't? I know I am. But you know what? I keep my shit together. Also, I know a person can't wipe their own mind, however traumatic it gets. That doesn't happen. You're lying, or insane, or both.
But Detective Vigmer, he has blanked out before.
I have?
Yes, a couple of times. After some of the more serious benders. One was after the two drunks case, the other when we looked into that mural.
So you don't remember not remembering. Beautiful. Those cases were hard on you.
Interesting. So at first he dipped his toes into it, prepared. That's where he would have gotten the idea, yes. Practice. And then he used alcohol to get there, so to speak.
What do you mean?
Well, here's my theory. What if this is an absolutely normal reaction to the world we're living in? What if this is not a significant anomaly at all, something to be explained, approached as a defect? Look at the sensory input here.
He gestures towards the scenery.
Look at the ruins, the neon. Listen to the radio, the multitudes, the people. Live here for 40 years. As a police detective, he's like a magnetic reader on the world tape, to borrow a known metaphor. Harry's been pushed flat against it. Total input. Hardwired to the free market. He just needed for its end.
Okay, Trent, thank you. That's absolutely meaningless. I'm glad we brought you. Will he or will he not be able to work in the major crimes unit? Is he a cretin now? I want to know that.
He's not a cretin, and he is able to do work. If not in his previous leadership role, then as a line detective.
I'm ready to lead again. A line detective is good for now. He's wrong, I'm too far gone for work. Fuck all of you, I don't want to be in your unit. What now?
No, Harry. Fuck you. You already fucked us. I've already explained this shit to Price twice. To Berdyayeva 4 times. I'm your partner. I answer for you when you're not there.
When you clocked out, I became responsible for your cases and your special task force.
What now?
Now nothing. Now we're just going to stand here.
Really?
No. Now we discuss that. What the fuck did you do to a motor carriage? Why is it there, Harry?
Lie. Just bide your time. Ask something, then lie.
Hold on, in the ocean? Feign ignorance. It was stolen by Jacob Irv. I drove it into the ocean when I was drunk. I thought the killer would be underwater, he wasn't. Tequila sunset. I also jumped the canal, by the way. I don't know what is going on there.
Ah, so refreshing. He just admits it. Thank you for your honesty. Thank you for destroying 45,000 real of police property that's coming out of everyone's payslip. It doesn't matter. Your badge, Harry. Show me your badge.
Wait, my badge? I got my badge right here, show it to them. I lost it, I haven't found it yet. What I do have is this futuristic armor.
In a rush to demonstrate your badge, your eager fingers can't sustain a grip on the smooth plastic, and the badge slips out of your hand.
Catch it.
You juggle the badge for a second, unsuccessfully, and it lands on the ground, some 2 meters away. Ouch! You strained your elbow trying to catch that stupid thing. Damn it.
He found it. He found it, Jean. It's his badge.
And your gun?
The man stares at you unimpressed.
As if having your badge and gun are natural stakes, not achievements. What is it with all these material objects?
Gun. Just repeat gun. Wait, how did you know I lost my gun? Oh, I'm not gonna say that. I'm still not admitting that I lost it. My gun is right here. Show him the Villiers 9mm. I upgraded my gun to a rifle. Present the Triangle 4.46 rifle. Gun? Badge? Car? These are all things. Things don't matter. People do.
Upgraded it. I don't care about your weapon mania, Harry. I only care about your official sidearm, which you lost.
Yeah, I don't have that. I don't have my sidearm. This is a Triangle 4.46. It was used to kill a man from nearly a kilometer away. Should I say that?
I don't care. Where is the gun the RCM gave you to kill people with? Where is that one?
Okay, I got that too. Show him the boring sidearm.
He has it. And he didn't drop it. You're drunk like a bum, Harry. Put that thing away before you kill someone.
Oh, Did he acknowledge that I have it in my hand actually? I didn't lose my gun. I have my gun. Show him the gun. So it doesn't even matter that I found my gun. I quit drinking forever. It's only me in this boring hellhole now. I tried not to, but I can work as well without it.
I don't buy it. Why do you smell like a corpse then, huh?
But I did shower. But pheromone does smell like corpse.
He's wounded. It's been a long week and he's handled an actual corpse.
Hey, Kim is defending me a bit. No idea what you are smelling. I washed this off me. Yeah, I have handled an actual corpse. Yeah, it's been a bit of a week. I'm sorry I smell bad. None of this matters. My other situation. It's meaningless compared to what I have discovered.
The man doesn't reply, but his expression speaks for him.
I don't believe you. You're drunk. You let a suspect escape, a certain Classier, because you were too drunk to assess a flight risk.
We've read the report, Sari. Lieutenant Kitsohagi's. We know.
Gracia, she was some kind of spy from the Occident, specially trained. Not taking her in was the right thing to do. She gave a vital clue that led us to the island. Okay, I got duped there. She pulled one on me. Yes, I let her go as an act of mercy. That's just a small detail in a huge case you know nothing about. That doesn't matter, none of it does. We are looking at the oxygen holocaust times a quadrillion. I have come to know the final fate of man and the universe. Did I? Yeah, I did actually. That pale will kill us all, or something. Because people are the anomaly in this world.
Oh well, if she was nice. I'm not even gonna get into the other suspect, who also escaped. Yeah, Ruby something. Or the fact that you're Evra Claire's little peony now, doing I don't know what for him. That's small-time stuff. That's nothing. That's a humorous anecdote. Compared to the 7 people who were gunned down, the streets are literally red with blood, Harry. It was fucking mass murder.
He did everything he could. We did everything we could. The company hired and vetted mercenaries. Lieutenant Dubois got between them and the locals.
Here comes the cavalry.
He did so at considerable risk to his own life. He was shot and survived only because of his armor. We stopped an execution, not a negotiation. The loss of life was minimal compared to what it could have been.
I'm just sorry. Yes, what he said. I also solved the case. It solved. All of it. Yeah, it was a massacre. We got wiped. Where the hell were you? The firefight is a trivial matter compared to the greatest discovery of this century.
Detective, it's better if I do that.
What?
It's so much better if he does this. 1,000,000 times better.
Thank you for the input, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. I didn't mean to suggest you didn't handle the situation.
He brushes a stray strand of hair out of his eye and coughs.
He thinks of apologizing, but decides against it.
You've spent the week with him on this case. What is your take?
On the case?
On Lieutenant Geoffrey Dubois.
Well, the drinking, the gun losing, also losing the badge. That's all true. Although he has not been drinking on the job this week.
Ooh.
See?
1 week.
Then there's the self-flagellation issue. He likes to apologize, profusely, making it sound like he's guilty of at least first-degree murder. It's not a good communication strategy for an officer. It's...
Let me see my stats actually. Sorry Cop 21. Ooh. Moralist 21 as well. Honor still 7. Didn't raise. Well, I was stealing shit, so... yeah, not a surprise. People killed... now it's 4. I killed... I forgot his name. Courtier? No. Corti? No. Yeah, I think it was Corti.
It's just strange, especially in light of his political views. Detective Dubois is, as you may know, a true blue moralist. He recently attempted to contact a coalition warship in order to assign la responsabilité, which is commendable, but also at odds with his own behavior. And then there's the motor carriage in the sea, something I was not present for. But despite all this, he is a great detective. One of the best I have seen, in fact. He can talk human beings into telling him everything. And he doesn't stop. In all the time I've spent with him, he has not once stopped pursuing leads, however far-fetched and tangential. He is tireless, madly driven. And he solved it, near perfectly. In 1 week we have a confession, a murder weapon, and the perpetrator. Locked on the island right now, awaiting transportation. He apprehended a straggler who stayed hidden for 50 years, ever since the revolution, who's probably committed other murders over those years. Oh, and he also discovered a new species.
You're gonna tell about this too. I really love this segment of the story. Even music has stopped for Kim to pour his heart into this and tell the truth about Harry. It's... yeah. I'm glad that Kim is with me. Imagine if you got him shot and he wouldn't be here. Ooh, like being alone here and talking to your squad mates. Sheesh, that would go pretty ugly, I think. Kim got my back. I'm glad that I have befriended him and he truly trusts me.
A new species?
A colossal stick insect. It was on the island, camouflaged as the reeds. It unfolded from the reeds. I think we may be dealing with the Insulindian phasmid.
Show them the picture.
He takes out the photo and shows it to the officers across the yard. Thick white snow falls all around you. Flakes stick to the glossy photo of the phasmid.
I just realized, if I didn't have him here, he wouldn't take the photo of the phasmid, and if Harry was like, "Oh, I saw a big stick bug," and no one would fucking believe him. Damn. Being without Kim here would be so devastating.
You hear gasps beneath the howling of the wind.
As you can see, it's about 3 meters tall. In fact, we think it may be the largest land invertebrate ever discovered.
Hosianna. I don't know what that means. Boom shakalaka motherfucker. So, as you can see, I'm a pretty okay detective. I'm gonna say nothing.
Fucking hell is that? Is this somehow connected to the case?
Well, kind of. It took our evidence that would be important to have if it didn't steal it and get to its nest.
The killer did not seem to be aware of the phasmid's presence. Exhibiting a strange, atypical dementia, he fell into a stupor after its appearance. He became near catatonic.
So Dross really saw that phasmid, huh? I assumed that he still wasn't seeing it because maybe his eyesight was that bad without using the optic. So he was shocked not only because he was about to be returned to the society, but also by seeing some alien creature. Boom, boom, boom. Yes, the phasmid may have contributed to his mental state in some way over the years. It's probably not connected per se, but the perpetrator knew of its existence. No, I don't think he did.
So it is connected.
I must say, this is absolutely extraordinary. I don't even have words for it.
Yes, it really does make it hard to fire the drunk.
His tired eyes follow the photo as the lieutenant puts it away.
This is a very, very sad man who has just seen something that's made him forget his sadness.
Oh,
Now you make your case. Now is the time. Now or never.
okay. Do I get to say all of this or only one? I also started a nightclub in the church. Also, the phasmid was female. The reeds are its nest.
Female? What makes you think so?
You had to see it. It had the subdued colors of a female. And the nesting behavior too, I think.
Incredible. Were there eggs in the nest?
Not as far as I could see. There were other things there, though.
He turns to you.
It's interesting time. Forget about the rest.
It had gathered items in its nest, a helmet, a scope, and a passport.
Actually, this would indicate it was a male. This is far from anything in my field, but I think such nests are called bowers. They are for attracting mates.
Bowers are built by males of the species who can't afford colorful mating displays physically. This one was plain colored.
Okay. Well, I think I will upgrade my Esprit de Corps. It's a good time for that. I still think it was female. It could have been male, actually. The voice was definitely female.
Of course, as I said, I'm only guessing. I didn't see it. It must be robust if it can move a whole helmet with its limbs.
I think it reproduces by parthenogenesis.
As in cloning itself? What makes you think so?
It told me.
Then it wouldn't matter if it's male or female. The bower would just be rudimentary behavior from before the parthenogenetic mutation.
That makes sense, yes.
Very interesting. Such organisms are extremely vulnerable to disease. A single strain of bacteria could wipe out the whole species. We're probably looking at conservation efforts here.
Also, I noticed that the music that is playing here, isn't this the same track that was playing during the Mercenary Tribunal? So, or maybe it sounds very similar, but maybe if I didn't have Kim, or maybe if he hated my guts, because I could have played Harry as a incompetent drug addict, drinking bitch that was also a racist fascist, then maybe Kim would be like, this guy I fucking hate, he is incompetent, he can't pull his shit together, I regret working with him. You guys deal with him. I don't need this." And then he walks away. Imagine how brutal that would be. There are some people that play games that have some role-playing elements that give you ability to play as a asshole, as an evil person on purpose, not to roleplay as an evil person, but just to have some fun. And well, it can be both, honestly. So some people just play games to kill people or do some shitty stuff just for fun, and him brutally deconstructing their personality as a result here would be so satisfying to see, I think, and makes them feel bad. I really like when game is capable of that. It had mandibles that looked like hair, and it was completely white on the inside.
Yes, but also red-colored, beige and brown, a little green on the outside. After unfolding from a single stalk, it still retained parts that looked like reed tufts on its limbs.
Incredible. The PR value of this is exceptional. Carp discovers new species. Maybe even discovers the Insulindian phasmid. No, that's too much.
That's exactly what it was.
This would really help with some of the problems we've been having.
Maybe their precinct was about to be closed?
Absolutely, this is great. This does not say vigilante murderers to me at all. This says science, news, human interest. You know, it's a really good thing you have that photo.
Oh.
Without it,
You're doing good here. Perhaps only for a moment, but still. Quit while you're ahead? Or no?
Okay, so I am recounting my achievements here to make them reconsider their opinion on me, or maybe I would get fired if I was too incompetent in their eyes, or too insane. The killer, Lilianovich Droz, we have a strong motive for him.
Lilianovich. A revolutionary matronym.
A revolutionary matronym.
The custom started in Grad, where they have patronyms. Krasovich, Lasovich, etc. The revolutionaries saw this as a chauvinist atavism, so they used matronyms, derived from the mother's name instead.
Oh, okay. Huh. I didn't know that matronym is a thing, but yes, here in Russia we still use patronyms, like your father's name.
This man's mother was Lilian, his Lilian's son, Lilianovich. The custom was overturned after the revolution failed, but not before it made it to Revachol.
So, it is what a soldier of the ICM would be called.
thank you, Trond. Thank you for that piece of cultural theory. You said you have a motive?
Of course, excuse me, I just thought it was noteworthy.
He wasn't quite sure about the straggler before he heard this detail. It must have convinced him.
He killed the mercenary in an act of jealousy. He killed the mercenary hoping to start a war between the company and the union. Actually, I'm not that sure if I have a motive. I had another thing. Hoping to start a war between the company and the union. He didn't like the union, right? So to hope that they would get killed by Crenel company would be something that would make sense for him to desire. Yeah, to start a war. So okay, so maybe he thinks that people in Revachol live too peacefully, so they shall experience the war, how it feels and how terrifying it is, and worth for him would be a more comfortable state of the world than peace, I think, just because of his experience and personality.
And it worked? He got a war going?
Yes, until we stopped it. He saw the mercenary as an ennemi combattant. There's plenty for prosecution to pick from, as far as motive is concerned. Also, we have ballistics from the gun, matching the bullet found in the dead mercenary's head, and 2 officers on the scene that Mr. Dross confessed to.
It's a clean win.
Oh, it's way more than that. Way more.
It's more than that, a perfect folding mechanism, like the Phasmid. It's way more than that. It will win me door back. Nope. It's my masterpiece. They will teach this in cop school. Did I say to Joyce that this case will be my masterpiece? Did I or not? I need to look back on that. I don't remember what I said. I think I just said that I got this. I think I had a boring reply. Boring cop, yeah. I did all I could. Every second was a struggle. I'm still not completely satisfied with it. It could be just a little neater. It was a struggle, honestly. If we didn't get sidelined by Ruby, we could have prevented this bloodshed.
I've never doubted you can pull yourself together and work. In bouts. Bouts don't last. I can still smell the booze on the wind.
God damn it. Doesn't it ever leave? It is there, like in your bones or something. It will pass in time.
Hopefully. And I also fixed the strike situation.
How? It seems to be ongoing. I see red banners on the gates.
He didn't quite solve it. He cross-pollinated information between the company rep and Evrard, until the rep came to see that the Union desires war, at which point Mrs. Messier decided to...
What? Hand clear the terminal?
It was an accident. I did it for the World Revolution. I just told some people some things, no big deal. Things are calmer now. I masterminded a solution to an unsolvable problem.
Sounds like you got played, Harry. Because you were off your tits on Al Ghul.
Maybe. Hey, how do you know about Al Ghul?
Maybe. Certainly. You're Everclear's peony now, just as I said. He's a mob boss, did you know?
It's not quite like that. The move allowed us to stabilize things here. It was not bad for Martinez, and we don't owe anyone anything.
Yeah. You tell him, Kim.
Okay.
There was also a dead man on the boardwalk, a missing person I found.
Yes. Fallen through a gap in a boardwalk. Drunk.
How did you know I found him?
The body was transported to Precinct 41, our morgue. I had Tilbrook and Mullins take care of funeral arrangements and family stuff.
You're not the only cop in the world, Harry. This all comes back to us.
Still, good work with the missing person, Detective.
It's still a point for you. No denying it.
I confiscated drugs from Kuno's dad.
Who's Kuno?
You don't want to know.
You're right, Lieutenant. I don't. You snorted the drugs, I know you did. It's alright. I mean, at this point, anything is but the drink.
Okay, nightclub in the church.
What was that? It sounded like you set up a nightclub in the church.
Yeah, I reinvigorated the local nightlife. Yeah, I did some kids a solid, turned their lives around. Honestly, you really did. Without doing this, they would fucking cook meth and then maybe die because they would be high and then slip on the ice and fall to the sea. Yeah, and I discovered a hitherto unexplored anthroponetical phenomena in there too, a 2mm hole in the world. Hopefully I can say this after saying this.
4 kids were living in a tent on the ice. They were going to drown when it melted. It's not optimal, but the building was abandoned, so he put them in there. It's okay.
It's not that okay. Get off this subject now.
Actually, talking about that whole is dangerous, right? As I said, maybe Moralist will kill all people that know about that, so let's not bring it up. I also looked into the mystery of the Doom commercial area.
I don't know what a Doom commercial area is.
The curse turned out to be possibly anthroponetical, part of my larger investigation into Martinez itself. Well, my squad probably will not betray me to the Moralists, right? But this guy probably can. He's a Moralist, from what I have seen in his portrait.
I'm 100% sure it didn't turn out to be that. You know, cut diameter and troponetic 2mm hole shit. This isn't Paradox B. We're a police force.
Paradox B is a fringe science magazine published in Grad. Its mission is to explain theories like telekinesis and intra-esoleri power before they get out of hand. It doesn't look like the lieutenant wishes you to push this angle further. Cut it out is indeed what he is thinking.
So, what do you say? Wanna take this hot shit back? Point to yourself.
I don't want to, but you discovered a new species and solved the murder. So I have to. Jude,
Anything that ends the trial is okay with me.
You haven't been drinking, she thinks, so maybe this time.
Agreed. The public relations potential of this is too valuable to let go.
okay. We have vehicles in the square, and the perpetrator needs to be taken into custody. Let's go.
The return to Precinct 41, this was. Okay. The name of the task makes sense now. Man, but Kim, who will you be partnered with now? You should come with us. You should transfer to our precinct.
Now you will finally get to know who you are.
Wait, I have a few questions before we go, about who I am.
The man looks westward, impatiently, jingling his car keys in his pocket.
Who am I? Why am I like this? Okay, am I a dirty cop working for La Puta Madre? Okay, can I say all of this? The Phasmid, I need to tell Lena about this ASAP.
Who is Lena?
She lives at 1113 Tabernacle Road in Jamrock, remember?
A cryptozoologist, she lives in Jamrock on Tabernacle Road. She told me about this Phasmid.
Tabernacle? It's on the way over.
Ooh,
Near where you live on Perdition.
Fine, if we're gonna drop you off anyway.
nice.
She and her husband were conducting the search for the Phasmid. It's their discovery, in part.
Yeah, maybe this Phasmid wouldn't appear without my pheromones. Well, Morel's pheromones.
They should know as soon as possible. It would do you good to deliver some positive news for a change.
She is going to be over the moon.
Yep. Who am I?
Who are you? You're a gym teacher, Harry.
What?
Well, obviously you're not a gym teacher anymore, but
But I was.
Before you were a cop, you were a gym teacher in Coron. It's getting really cold outside. Should we maybe...
No way, I was a flagellant monk. That does explain a lot. Is that why Harry has seemingly an infinite stamina and Kim is like, stop running, please.
Harry, it explains everything. The running around, the jumping, the bicep girth, your inexplicable facial hair.
Facial hair. Okay. The collection of phone sportswear I have amassed.
Your love of retro-style dance music? How you're able to perform a 360-degree spin kick?
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, actually. So this wasn't just a fluke. That's a nice fact about Harry, actually. When was this? When was I a gym teacher?
in your 20s or late 20s. You've really let yourself go since then.
You said in Kuron I was a gym teacher there.
Yes, you taught gym in Kulm. I believe that's the term. Taught gym at a high school. You were a high school gym teacher.
The smell of sweat and glue, the worn floorboards.
When you entered the DCA for the first time, there was a gym at the entrance, right? And Harry's Inland Empire, I think, said that it feels familiar there somehow.
Kuro is just east of Jamrock. It was a short walk every morning to the baseball field or the sports building.
High school. Harry, your goings on with Kuno, Andre, Acel, the whole thing on the ice. That's why you are so juvie.
His smirk suggests barely contained laughter.
Come on. Why did I join the RCM then?
The regular. You found some chick. She inspired you to fight the big fight. Be more than you are. All that.
You, every morning, walking from Voyager Road to teach gym. She, leaving for the academy with her spring coat on. The air filled with the smell of smoke and raspberries and incredible hope. An ocean full of hope.
Damn. Maybe Harry's life wouldn't be so miserable if he didn't go to RCM. Maybe his inner thoughts telling him that she ruined you. Women are scary. Like being afraid of Dora. Harry is inherently thinking that she is responsible for his downfall, and I think it's only right partially. You still should be held responsible for your own decisions. Okay, I see now.
I knew it. I knew no normal human being can run like that. He's an honest-to-God gym teacher.
Kim is so happy to learn more about Harry. Why am I like this?
It's not a mystery. Some chick fucked you over. Also, you were drunk.
I shouldn't have asked that.
You really went with it too. Really maximized the damage.
Was her name Dora?
Yeah. Dora England, I think.
Wait, Dora Ingerland.
Something like that. Half Vazan.
Vasa is where beautifully and impossibly blonde people come from.
So we weren't even married.
No one is married anymore. This is Revachol.
I have heard enough. Ended.
So have I. You bitterly dropped Dearest Dora and really tore me a new one. Twice a week, I think. It comes up.
The special consultant glances at his wristwatch.
No.
No, because a suspect seemed to think.
You're too unstable to work for a mob boss. You're suicidal, Harry. No mob boss would take you.
I assure you, I wouldn't consult for a corrupt unit.
He would immediately backpedal out of it. I told you it's not that bad.
Precinct 41, what kind of station is it?
Us? We're the bloody murder station, haven't you heard? We're the bad guys. No one likes us.
That's not true. Jamrock is too big for one precinct. You are just understaffed. And everyone respects the 41st. You have Captain Price.
Captain Price!
Thank you, Lieutenant. You're being kind. It is an understaffed station and the district is too big, which is why we need to...
Hire Kim!
Get back to it. We left Torson and McLean to run the Sea Wing. It's not good.
Thorson and McLean. It was the buff guy and the ginger guy.
Mac the Torso Torson and Chester McLean. They're not fit to run a wing. Believe me. Things are shaky as it is.
They were appearing during calls with the Lazarev guy, and they got glued to something and poisoned, I think.
They are damn iconic though, Torson and McLean.
An iconic duo, I take it.
Yeah, not like us. Two clinically depressed old men. Where's the contrast here? We are garbage.
And the wing is... Sea Wing.
God. There are 4 wings, Harry. A, B, C, and D. We're in C. It's made of losers and clock punchers. You and I reconceptualized it as a task force. It was a mistake.
There's also a lot of outside help involved, not only me. Other losers too.
He's anything but a loser, although he would like to be seen as one. It's cooler that way.
And Price is...
Ptolemy Price? He's the son of the old Price, one of the founders of the RCM.
He's one of the most highly regarded men in the force. You're lucky.
Somewhere under the curved roof of a former silk factory shaped like a ladybird with 2 chimneys, Police Captain Ptolemy Price sits behind a heavy wooden desk. Resident medic Nix Gottlieb pours him coffee. It's silent in the captain's office. They speak of change, the city, the tension on the streets. They speak of the events of April and the blood on the streets in May.
Did we recently shoot up a church by any chance?
So he remembers that. Yes, there may have been a raid on some churches. It wasn't good press.
Some churches, okay. So maybe there is something about the pale origin points.
Shooting up churches never is. I was out of town, to be clear.
What happened? Why did we need to go there?
Our enemies were hiding in a church, to the best of our information. That's it. I'm not talking about this anymore. Your security clearance is shit tier right now. You have to wait for it to go up.
Yeah, definitely something that Moralist ordered to do.
He means it. The RCM and its enemies will not be discussed on this coast. Your clearance will not go up while you're within earshot of the Union headquarters.
So I work in the bloody murder station.
Okay, it's not the bloody murder station. It's an old converted silk mill with green desk lamps and a coffee corner. A lot of good people work there, hard, every day.
Jamrock is the largest ghetto in Rivershore. Faubourg, technically, but it's divided into 11 districts. Jamrock only has us.
The press will blow over. Jamrock is lucky to have you, and it's often considered to be the greatest of the districts. You're lucky to have it.
Thank you again, Lieutenant.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi, what will you do now?
Well, first I will go back to my station and write the most detailed report anyone has ever seen. It will have to be good to cover all these. Then I will have a serious talk with my captain.
About what? The transfer?
Detective, we just stopped a small-scale war. Something is happening to Revachol.
He pulls up his collar and looks around, the cold spring light reflected in the lenses of his glasses.
I don't know what yet, but it's going to be a hard spring for the RCM. We need to get ready, infiltrate, investigate.
Want to do that at Station 41?
Talk to Captain Price? I'd rather not ruffle the feathers of 2 captains with my doom-mongering.
No, I meant investigate. Come, work in Precinct 41.
Work with Price? I'm flattered, but I don't know if I...
A crooked smile quivers on his lips.
Would fit in, and crazy enough, can take the stress. He doesn't know how to finish the sentence. This truly came as a surprise to him. Not a bad one, but he's at a loss.
Flattered? You're Lieutenant Kitsuragi. We would be flattered if you even considered.
Yeah, we need you.
I would have to tie things up in GRIH first. But, I mean, whatever is coming, Jamrock will be more central to it than the harbor.
The lieutenant turns very serious all of a sudden.
And we also have a huge caseload, Lieutenant. Piles that we need to get back to. Mountains, even.
I do like the sound of that.
I think he will agree to my proposition.
He's really considering it.
I am ready, and...
Good.
She looks at you then, Vikmar.
Fuck it, let's go. Tron brought his motor carriage. It's a 20-minute drive to Jamrock.
Under the evening sky, the great district turns on its lights. A chessboard of wooden houses, 80,000 living souls inside. Fire traps as far as the eye can see, from Main Street to Precinct 41 atop the motorway, to Boogie Street forking into the dark horizon. You close your eyes and hear the dogs bark. A lone woman sits by a factory window, dreaming of meteorite strikes. On Rue de Saint-Jérôme, a square bullet slides into a square-shaped chamber. In Old South, a man without eyelids smiles. Spring has come. It's time.
Oh, the winter is over now?
Torsen? Yes. McLean? Yes. Heidelstein? No. Vicmere? Yes. Dubois? Of course. Really? Nix Gottlieb looks up from the list. I hear he's unstable. You say that like it's a bad thing. Captain Potomny Price gestures with a ballpoint pen. It's dim in the office, and the curtains are drawn. Harry's our man. He'll pull through. When he does, he'll side with the RCM. Understood. Gottlieb returns to the list. Minot? Of course.
Wait, side with RCM, and the only one who was known is Heidelstein. I don't remember who that was.
Wonderful. Then can we please just go back to Jamrock now?
Or you mean this guy? This is Heidelstein, right? I keep forgetting his name. And oh, is this the end of the game? Like, for good? I guess if I have dressed like an RCM officer, maybe they would comment on my outfit. That I still have it at least. But I do wonder if you can get fired if you do bad enough. Oh. Why my achievements are on now? Yesterday I was playing Halo 3 and I turned on my achievements, not achievements, the Steam overlay. I need to turn it off, it's annoying me during Let's Plays. Let's see. Oh. Okay, never mind, I will look at it later. Yeah, so this was Disco Elysium. I probably will do the Moralist quest again right now, after the credits, just to see if I didn't finish it properly. Yeah, I am very curious about that. And then, yeah, I think that's it. I'm not gonna record my second playthrough of this game. It just took too much of effort for me, honestly. I have played this game for more than 70 hours and right now Disco Elysium is the longest playthrough on my channel, and honestly I did enjoy this game a lot. It's one of the best games I have played in my life, but this was a lot. I was so tired sometimes from playing this game and editing the episodes. Like, I had several days of just feeling like shit and just wanting to do nothing on my evenings and just rest. So, but I don't blame this game. It's just a lot of reading, a lot of thinking. Sometimes I would fall asleep and still be dreaming about the game, dreaming about talking to inanimate objects or making theories about the case, who did it, why. Yeah. A lot of good voice actors in this game, especially the narrator. His voice is very nice. I think his voice single-handedly makes this game so much better just by being here, by voicing your inner thoughts. Made it so much more entertaining. Okay, the story of this game was the strongest point of this game, yeah, but also I think gameplay was good as well. I do consider the option to like min-max your stats, your thoughts, or choosing which dialogues you want to say and in which order, and choosing to re-approach certain characters about hearing some topics that can be related to them, but you are not sure if it's really connected to them or not. And by getting new dialogues or hearing some stuff that you wouldn't hear if you didn't have a certain thought or level of skill, I consider all of this a gameplay as well, because it makes you experience this story very differently depending on how you approach it, and that's why I think this game had gameplay and it was very fun. For me at least, personally. And also this game was very immersive. Yeah, Harry, of course, he already was an established character. Like, before his amnesia, that is, but after his amnesia you can really shape his personality, make him succumb to his sadness even more if you want to, or make first steps from moving on and looking forward, make him look forward to the future. It's realistic how you don't just turn a new page and become a completely different person. You still are that Harry from the past that you weren't controlling, but you really can see his character development influenced by your decisions. Yeah, music in this game also was awesome. My favorite track would be... Well, when I just started this game, I would say the hardcore theme, but now I think I'm leaning more towards... hard to say actually. Tracks that plays in Whirling in Rags was very nice. I think it's made by a group named Sea Power, right? If I am correct. Also appreciated ambient themes like the ones that Measurehead had. His own theme. He really deserved it. Oh, does this credit track credits music repeats? Like, what am I saying? Sorry, I'm just juggling a lot of thoughts at the same time, so I'm a bit confused. What else I can say? Favorite track, huh? Probably the one that plays when you visit the islet. a very melancholic one. Not during the boat ride, after you arrive to the islet. Yeah, that track was very nice. I don't know how it's called currently. My favorite character of this game? Well, I think it's easy to say Kim. Kim, I really appreciated his personality. He is not just an angel, just a guy that deals with your bullshit just because he's written in that way. I think he's realistic in a way that he is patient, but his patience still has some limits. You can still make him angry enough with you and actually make him interfere in conversations if you are going too far. He gives you a lot of advices that are helpful, but sometimes, well, even I would say often, he is wrong. Like, cryptozoologist task he considered to be completely useless, but now, as we can see, it was actually very useful for our precinct in the long run. Yeah. Besides from Kim, Harry also was a good character. I really liked him. I really enjoyed seeing him suffer from his ex-wife. Wait, they weren't married, just ex. I thought that it was hitting really close to home if you experience a breakup, and his pain is very relatable, I think. So I like that you can play him however you want, but he still has a lot of personality even without your input. And this game really makes you feel rewarded for what you were thinking, what you were doing in the past. Even if my playthrough in the minds of other people would seem to be boring, like I was a boring sorry cop for the most part and a moralist. And they probably will be like, this let's play is not fun to watch because this guy is not choosing the funny options, and yeah, fuck you, just play the game yourself if you want to see that. This is my way of doing things. This is how I would act in Disco Elysium if I was a character there, and I really like how this game lets you do things however you want. It's just I am reiterating this many times, but yeah, this is the best part of the game to me. Alright, where was my save when we were doing the Moralist quest? Here, I guess. Oh, what the fuck? Kim's portrait is different for some reason. He is wearing a black jacket. Ah, I remember. I was reading about what exactly is changed when you are playing in hardcore mode, and hardcore mode actually gives you a reward for beating the game in hardcore. So it changes Kim's clothes, but also his portrait. I didn't know that. Very nice. Okay. Is there anything else I want to say? Maybe later. Okay. I'm gonna try the Moralist quest. I will approach the point where I have failed last time, and then We shall see how it goes, shall we? I'm doing this Moralist quest again and I'm fucking having goosebumps because we are at the part we are trying to contact the airship, and Kim just said in my headphones that it's cold now. Someone has been maintaining it. The wiring has been repaired. This is the dialogue that you get when you arrive to the islet and then see the generator that suspect had.
An uncomfortable silence.
It's been a long winter. Long and cold.
Yeah, he also said that. Holy shit, I'm hearing stuff from the future.
I can assure you it's not my twin brother, though it certainly does sound like me.
Yes, a particularly eerie specimen, but still just a harmless piece of the past returning to surface.
No, this is from the future. Holy shit. Also, Kim's new jacket. I'm not sure I like it. I think he looks too dark now. He maybe needs lighter pants to get better contrast.
Right.
Okay, I think last time I didn't ask this question to her. When is real democracy coming to Revachol? In a few months then. Within a couple of years, surely. Within my lifetime?
Oh, most likely. Though, of course, it depends on the contingency.
What do you mean, contingencies?
You must understand, the Moral Intern is responsible for ensuring the continuance and flourishing of mankind for the next 3,000 years. The Planning Division must account for a great many possible outcomes and chance events. Fortunately, we have contingency spreads to help guide our decision-making.
Originally developed by mechanical engineers at the Isherwood branch of CZU Industries around the turn of the last century. Contingency spreads are used to model complex events in a number of fields, including business, public health, radio computer science, insurance, and international diplomacy.
Of course, there is no one spread that can reasonably account for all these possible events. But at least we're able to prepare for the most likely eventualities.
Wait, how do these contingency spreads actually work?
It's not really our area of expertise, but we can try to explain. Picture a smooth hill made from fresh dirt. Now, if you stand atop this hill and put a glass of water over it, what will happen?
The dirt will get wet. I won't have any water. The water will run down the hill. Fresh dirt. Fresh. I think it will just wet it.
You're thinking about this metaphor too literally. The point is that we know only that the water will run down, but not what course it will take. If we place a rock in the water's path, will it divert to the left or to the right? We cannot say, but we may predict which way it might run in either event. That is the essence of the idea. You might also imagine these spreads as a kind of tree, with every juncture representing a different event, and every branch representing a different timeline.
You're saying the Moral Intern uses contingency spreads to see the future?
Not exactly. No one can know the future. But with contingency spreads, it is possible to predict what the future realities might reasonably look like.
Meaning, there are more and less reasonable futures. You should follow up on that.
But we shouldn't overstate their importance. They are simply one of many tools used by the Moral Intern to set policy.
Hold on, does that mean some realities are less reasonable than others?
Well, yes, just as some events are less probable than others. While we expect the vast majority of realities will fall within a normal confidence interval, there must necessarily be some that fall outside that range as well.
This is a lot to take in. Would you say the reality we are living in is more or less reasonable than others? Someone told me we live in a precarious world, that every event is just a violent roll of the die.
It may be. We are only a psychosignaler, not a metaphysician. It's a rather cold way to think about the world, isn't it? The key, we believe, is to be open to meaning, even amidst great uncertainty. But now we are only speaking for ourselves.
So where does Revachol fit into these contingencies?
That's impossible to say. It may be that Revachol has a great role to play, or no role at all. That is the nature of contingency.
But didn't the Wild Pines representative say that Revachol would resolve history?
You must understand, when we speak of contingency spreads, we are talking about the most fantastically complex data visualization human beings are capable of producing, with thousands of events, from elections and wars to natural disaster or scientific miracles, and millions of possible outcomes. It may be the case that, under certain scenarios, Revachol is vitally important, as it was during the collision landings in '08. It may also be the case, in many other equally plausible scenarios, that Revachol is simply another once great city, like countless others throughout history.
Look around. Yeah, this is definitely a place whose time has passed. Revachol was founded to resolve history. It's the most important city in the world.
Perhaps, perhaps not. The world is full of great cities that have resolved the questions of their time. La Cherte, Bradford, our own home of Advesterashit.
All major cities in EPIS-aligned nations. You can't help but notice.
It's even possible the cities that will resolve the questions of the future have not been founded yet. For this reason, responsibility for developing contingency spreads is only assigned to highly trained analysts working with advanced radio computers and a steady supply of drones.
Okay, but I still want to know when real democracy is coming.
Of course. While the content of individual contingency spreads is deeply classified, many degrees beyond our access, everything we have heard from the Provisional Commission indicates that the transition is proceeding according to the appropriate timetable.
Does that mean democracy is here? Look around. But what if some people want democracy to come faster?
Of course, the coalition supports the Revacholian people's desire for full democracy. We encourage you to contact the offices of the Provisional Commission if you're serious about getting involved.
How can I get involved?
Oh, there are many things you can do. If you're interested in learning how to canvass for signatures, manage the polling place, or register voters, the Commission would be more than happy to direct you to a workshop. In fact, you may have picked the perfect time to get involved. Revachol is nearly ready to begin the first phase of democratization. Soon, the people of Revachol will vote for slates of candidates who will make up the Transitional Advisory Council that will oversee the second phase of democratization.
Damn, this question had a lot of information in it. What is this Transitional Advisory Council?
The Council is modeled after similar bodies developed in a number of transitional democracies. Its role is to devise and shape the future institutions of Revacholian democracy, according to local conditions.
Local conditions, in this case, referring to incompetence, graft, and violence.
Once elected, Council members will even have the opportunity to join one of several officially sanctioned political wings, depending on their ideological beliefs and policy preferences.
What do these wings represent?
A very important question. The wings are carefully selected to represent a wide spectrum of political thought. Typically, there's a liberal technocratic wing, a social democratic wing, and even a conservative populist wing. You wouldn't believe some of the ideas they express, but a vibrant and free political culture requires that all perspectives be given voice, even those many may find objectionable.
Who picks the slates of candidates?
In most cases, the Provisional Council selects them from a cross-section of the local population to ensure the slates actually reflect the people they represent. Of course, such a situation is not ideal. We would all prefer for Revacholians to nominate the representatives directly. But that is why it's a transitional council.
How many of these phases are there until we have real democracy?
Our best theoreticians believe that 3 to 5 phases are appropriate for states that lack strong democratic traditions, which would certainly apply to Ravachol. But we must stress that real democracy is an ongoing process and not simply an outcome. It must be cultivated and preserved if it is to endure.
Like the city of Advesperaset, you mean?
Exactamente.
Officer, I've held the signal open as long as I...
Is everything alright?
Listen, I really need to reach the committee of responsibility.
Acknowledge.
Yeah, let's just skip
To reach
until
the
the point
committee,
where
all you need
I
to do
have
is
failed.
fill out. If the liaison accepts your request, you will be invited to address the committee at their next quarterly public hearing.
This isn't about you now.
What? How do you know this? Lieutenant Dubois.
There's papers. There. You have the facts. Just lay them out beneath the cold light of reason.
Please continue. We're listening. Good God.
Take care. Before you answer that, I urge you.
You're not only speaking for the lieutenant is afraid you're going to say something too outre.
No, those are the facts as I have them. Okay, last time I said very strange something about the victim in my murder investigation. But I wanna say this. Yes, I have also discovered an anthroponetic phenomenon here in Martinez.
We're afraid we must ask you to repeat that, Lieutenant Dubois.
Afraid? What is she afraid of? Her tone has shifted. She's no longer herself.
Wait, what is going on?
Never mind that. All you need to do is repeat what you just said.
Do as she says. There's no other option.
Holy shit, that was a 20 volition check. Okay, I feel like she's about to send a death squad on my ass. I said I have discovered an anthroponetic phenomenon here in Martinez.
Acknowledge. Listen very carefully, Lieutenant. We're going to ask you a series of questions. It is imperative that you answer as directly and truthfully as you can. Do you understand?
Yes.
Good. First question. Are you currently in the vicinity of Suragli, the North Arcade Islands, or near Pale Offshore Platform in Sulindico?
I have never heard of any of those places.
Please answer the question.
No, I am in Martinez.
Very good. Next question. Would you describe the phenomenon as internal to the Isola or external to the Isola?
What she means is, actually, you have no idea what those words could mean in this context.
Fuck. Conceptualization 20 check. And I only had 1 point anyway. Oh well. Internal, external. I have no idea what you are asking.
Answer the question, please.
Well, I think it's internal.
Next question. At the time, did you experience sense objects?
Can you elaborate?
Yes. Examples may include sound, memory, light.
When the raver put the compressor through the other thing, it made the beat really hardcore, like too hardcore.
Let's go on. Final question. Were you alone?
Uh-oh.
Of course not. The radio programmer was there. You are part of a large family. You are never alone. There's no need to overthink this.
It really feels like you know too much. We are about to silence you.
We repeat. Were you alone?
If it was my main save, I would say fuck no. But this is the save where I'm just testing things, so yes, I wasn't alone.
You hear the sound of a page ripping.
Thank you, Lieutenant. Please stand by while we transmit our summary.
A long winter.
I'm not sure how much longer I can keep the signal clear, officer.
You have to sooner, just a little longer.
Lieutenant Dubois, this is Collision Worship Archer. Please acknowledge.
Yes, I'm here.
Thank you for standing by. We are authorized to report the Committee of Responsibility for Rebel has acknowledged and accepted your request.
Already. This is a completely different outcome from what I had last time. Last time they were like, we're gonna look into this, omit the last strange part, and then we will probably do something about this in time. See you.
They would like you to address your matter to the committee directly, as their earliest convenience.
You are speedrunning this confrontation, huh? When is that? Just tell me where to meet them. When is that? I'm kind of in the middle of a murder investigation.
Local matters can wait. Coalition Shuttle Laurel is setting a course for your position. They will arrive momentarily. Stand by.
To the southwest, one of the smaller aerostatics that hover above the city breaks from its holding pattern. Coalition Shuttle Laurel begins executing a slow turn, drawn by an invisible wire.
So? They're really coming!
The lieutenant adjusts his microphone and slowly looks up toward you.
Well, what now?
What do you mean?
You've accomplished your side task. You've contacted Coalition Warship Archer. I suppose what I'm asking is whether we are about to lose you to the moral intern.
Beneath that surface query, a touch of self-doubt. The lieutenant isn't sure he can solve the murder without you.
Kim, have you ever considered that maybe our case isn't that important? Kim, I'm tired of feeling like I don't have any normal, reasonable options. But I am afraid, Kim.
Afraid of what, detective?
A little rhyme jingling in your mind's attic. Of the future, of the past, of all that is not made to last.
It's my past. It's going to catch up with me. Kim, what if this is all there is? I feel that something very bad is going to happen.
The lieutenant takes a moment to compose his thoughts.
I don't know where this case will lead us, detective. But in a sense, that doesn't matter. Our job is to follow the evidence where it leads. Consequences be damned. Because that's what it means to be an officer of the RCM.
The lieutenant's final words are nearly swallowed by the roar of the aerostatic's main rotors.
Lieutenant Dubois, this is Coalition Warship Archer. We have been instructed to inform you that the Laurel arrived at your position. Please acknowledge.
No shit. How are they supposed to hear your acknowledgement over the thundering of their own rotors?
Acknowledge, Archer. This is Lieutenant Dubois.
Thank you. The Committee of Responsibility for Rebel has authorized us to offer you an immediate extraction. Do you accept?
I can't do it, back out. I accept, Archer. Get me out of here. Look around one last time.
The roundabout, Martinez North, daytime. Across the plaza, a pair of seagulls fight over the remains of a chicken wing. The programmer eyes you curiously. She does not understand why you're hesitating. Whatever her misgivings about the Coalition, the fact is that you've summoned an aerostatic with your voice, an achievement she never thought she'd witness. The lieutenant looks up toward you. He starts to open his mouth, then appears to think better of it. He's spoken his piece, he thinks. It's up to you now. There is something, a whisper, circulating among the city's footnoted alleyways and along its electrical wires. But what it's saying, you can't tell. It seems to be a message meant for someone else.
Shivers probably was trying to warn me about something. Hold on, I have a few questions first.
We are far past that point, Lieutenant. There is only one question now. Are you ready, or are you not? Acknowledge. Laurel has initiated the extraction procedure. Stand by.
Marianne hat mir erzählt, dass Oscar nicht mehr derselbe ist, seit auf einem Lufttyp zurückgekommen.
Weeks later, no answers about extracted cop. The condition and whereabouts of an RCM officer extracted by a Coalition aerostatic 2 weeks ago remain unknown. The dramatic maneuver witnessed by dozens near the North Roundabout has reportedly increased tensions between the citizens of Martinaise, the RCM, and coalition authorities. Early reports that the lieutenant was investigating entropinetic phenomena along the coast have not been confirmed. According to an official statement given by the RCM, the lieutenant was in Martinaise as part of a murder investigation. A coalition representative declined repeated requests for comment.
Damn. Well, I guess Harry was murdered and other people who were involved as well, since they didn't get any information about the entropinetic phenomena. And that's a bad ending, I guess. Cool. I am glad that I saw this, as the last time of playing this game on camera, that is. I will load to a save just because I don't want to hear this music right now. Okay, I guess Kim is permanently black now, like, or yeah, his jacket is black now. It's not orange. And his portrait is red. Before it was... what color it was? A bit orange, I think. And there is no music playing in this place. Maybe I need to load a different save, because I think I have more things to say. Oh yeah, right. Do I have a save before encountering a phasmid? Do I? Yeah, I think it was this one actually. Oh no. Phasmid is here already, so Drost is not talking.
What is it? What do you want?
Something is very wrong with him now.
It's right there, can you see it?
No.
He doesn't finish the sentence. One letter is all he can produce. His hands are numb and he stares at them.
Nothing. Nothing is what he tried to say. There is nothing. Only the reeds for him. The reeds and devastation.
Yeah, I'm still not sure that Dross actually saw the phasmid. I think he went crazy even before. He started showing signs of being in a panic attack after we told him that he's arrested. Do I have a different save earlier than this? I think this is the save when we only just started to talk with him, right? Or even before that.
The old man stares despondently at the logs. It's like he's forgotten you're there.
What? But you said I would be taken to the...
I think I chose a wrong option. Sorry about that. I want to see what can I achieve by doing this check.
What is it?
Something is very...
Wait, this is... Why is he not talking now? Did I load a different save? Okay, there we go. I think I do hear phasmid, but I don't see it. Yeah. It's hard to tell. There's something moving here, like a bird maybe. But I don't see the phasmid itself. Okay, let's try his composure check. And I need better composure by this and pants.
The old man stares despondently at the logs. It's like he's forgotten you're there. What strikes you about this gaunt man is not the stomach pain, or the cough, or the malnutrition. For a man who's spent 44 years hidden in the urban wild.
He's surprisingly okay. Wait, did I do this check already? I guess I forgot that I have succeeded this one, sorry.
Indeed, he speaks. It's a mystery. This animation, great leaps of emotion. From anger to grief, perhaps, but his seems more. In summary, you've seen demented people before.
No, I'm not.
There it is again. Erratic hand motions, bouts of
Real.
marchings. Forget about that for a moment.
You don't understand.
His lip curls into a sneer at the memory.
I don't want to talk about.
Renee still presses on his mind.
Wait. Can I ask him about this? Can I ask this question before
Glad we talked about.
telling
what?
him that Renee is dead? Okay, need a different save then. But that is too far away. Fuck. Do I want to redo his dialogue? Maybe I do. So I'm gonna do this and then make a cut, okay? Okay, I think I got a check that I didn't get before. I think I have failed this one. So right now he's saying new things to me. The bruises on her body, any chance you have seen them through a hole in a wall? Ah, yes. Cutting those drugs of hers into little lines with a knife. Masturbating.
Did you make that hole?
With a clip point knife.
Ah, he was the one who made that hole. Didn't know that, for sure.
Good for listening in, too. For hearing the moaning and the snorts.
Like that, too? Yes. I've been through all. Yes, that, too. You turn it on in.
Those two, you hear the familiar scribble of the one more.
How did you get in there?
I can.
You had to open.
I got.
Andy found use for it. A spare key.
She.
You stare at them too. In your mind, her innocence day still turn. It's no good, Harry. Her voice rings in the evening air.
No one gives her.
The lieutenant nods. That's it.
Where is she?
Safe and sound, sire. Surely you have not misplaced the witness.
Gone. She'd look.
Across the water, he's the special as the men. Good luck, Harry.
We could get more.
Who knows? You could get more out of him. He likes talking.
Okay, let's try getting this composure check, but hey, I already put my points into it, so it's going to be hard to get. Something gives me minus composure. Ah, this scarf. Yeah, right. But I think I'm almost at the point where I fucked up and told him that Renee is dead.
Hear that? Magnesium. That's what you're lacking. The lack of magnesium has you slouched.
So there's a lack of magnesium in me.
Yes, and it's critical. Look at yourself. You're practically devolving into a fish due to the lack of magnesium in your bloodstream.
So I need to mag it sideways.
Mag it sideways? What are you talking about? You need to mag it up. You've probably had 2 heart attacks and a minor stroke already, and the only prescription is insane amounts of magnesium.
You're saying I need to become a magnesium-based life form?
Yes. If you want to live, you need to evolve. You need to transcend the carbon barrier. Go to the apothecary and buy insane amounts of magnesium. It will reverse the damage to your circulatory system.
This is a new thought. I didn't get this one before. Magnesium-based life form. -1 shivers, no shakes. It is generally understood that human beings are carbon-based organisms, fusing little carbon tubes together to form complex, mushy structures capable of thought, love, and locomotion. It is also known that these structures sometimes like to take the edge off by consuming ethanol, amphetamine, etc. In such cases, it is important to supplement your body with magnesium. Tired? Mag it. Down? Mag time. Liver damage? Maximum mag. Some people say magnesium doesn't really do anything and you just need to quit. What do we tell them? Mag it up.
The old man stares despondently at the logs. For a 60-year-old man,
Whatever. Well, I guess I didn't read the failure description because I have succeeded this check the first time.
the old man stares despondently. For a 60-year-old man with stomach trouble, who spent his entire life alone on an uninhabited island, he seems surprisingly fit.
That's it? Squint at him.
He's prone to erratic hand gestures and clearly malnourished. But that's it. You can see no more by looking at his slouched frame. The moment passes, and you say,
Okay. I still need to succeed this check just in case. If it gives me new information.
A tragic comedy.
A strange little engine seems to fire up in him again. It straightens his back. The familiar put-put-put of hatred.
More specifically,
Specifically, the whole city is a charnel house. Because of the racists, pumped full of... Yes, the fly larva in his container. He let some nihilistic advertising yuppies erect a not since the... Intense, like animals. Like those, the worst of them, the worst. Every morning he's there. That's all the rich We did good when...
The disco whores up. There was something about a statue. And ask about that cock on parade too. Make sure you get everything here.
Whores. Syphilis is a disease, Philip. The third, the bacteria...
That is technically
And he still went on. What a keen remark. Yes, it is, isn't it? It's still there. Do you know why? That's right. Art is a...
The bullet, forget about that.
I did.
Yes, shameful. So many other...
What are you talking... What is this?
The lieutenant,
So you're saying...
not only.
We did always have the and they all should still be sent to Yekokata.
Mm-hmm. Straight to the open pit mine.
Yes. Well...
The smallest doubt takes root in him. Perhaps this cop is... No, it can't be.
The fat union man let them put it there. Corrupt as he is.
you mentioned the
Probably
union
got a
is
fat
social
check for
democratic,
it, too.
and Mr. Clare
Shared
affairs of
with
a social
the
democrat.
law. Another hideous disappointment. Unions are the real enemy. The true enemy of the proletariat. Placating the masses.
Okay, he's saying new stuff because last time I think I went for René response first because I wanted to see his reaction to his death and it made things more difficult to me as a result.
Disappointment. So personal. He displays a familiarity with the union's top brass.
Who is disappointment? Everett Clare?
That deformed toad? I wouldn't expect him to wipe his own ass. I mean, the brains of the operation. The smart one.
He means Edgar, his brother. Doesn't Everett run the union?
That mobster toad couldn't run a shithouse. He has no political education. His twin, Edgar Clare, that one's been to one of those East Revachol universities. He talks a big game about uprising and alienation and so on.
He's been sweet-talked by this Edgar. They must have met in person for such animosity to have developed.
We are not the first people you have met from the city, are we?
You can't live alone.
He stopped poking at the ash now, just shakes his head.
The Clares wouldn't miss a man hidden in their own backyard. Not all this time. Nothing happens in Martinez without them knowing.
Of course. Maybe the Clears asked him to. Don't go straight for the kill. Exhaust everything else first. Soften him up.
What? Mr. Dross, did you kill the criminal mercenary for the Clares to incite a riot? Oh. So, okay. Have you approached them?
I haven't approached anyone. I hid. It was Edgar who came to me.
How did he know you were here?
He didn't just stumble in like an oaf. He figured it out. Some kids told him about a monster on the island. I told you, he has brains.
He points to the path leading to the tower.
Stepped right off the boat and walked down where you came. I even kept the door open for him. Thought he was a man of the left. Wouldn't rat me out. I was right about one of those things.
He didn't rat you out. So, he wasn't a man of the left, I guess. When was this?
20 years ago.
Oof.
Neither of them could walk now, could they? They were less fat then.
They are both fat, okay.
That's around the time the Clares came to power.
What did you talk about?
Edgar did the talking. Paid his respects like I were a fossil in a uniform. Offered platitudes about the struggle. Flaunted his pink degree. Even quoted Marzoff. Never trust a social democrat who quotes Marzoff. Oh, and charity too. They love their charity. Offered me blankets and social housing. I still have the gas cooker he brought.
And he let you be here.
Let me be here? The ZOC is an unlawful successor of the Commune of Revachol. We took this fortification from the Loyalists. Even the Clares understand this.
They let him be here. Understanding was a courtesy. But why such a courtesy?
You know why I killed that fucker, Dwat. As to Edgar, I'm not doing anything for that swine again.
Okay, so it wasn't for Edgar actually, but maybe he killed other people in the past for Edgar. And that's how Brother Clares became powerful as a result. They got rid of their political rivals.
Again? What have you done for Edgar before?
Tried teaching him some Marzovian socioeconomics. They didn't stick. We parted ways.
Okay, he didn't do the hanged man for them. But he's insinuating something. There is more here. You can feel it. He was not outright lying, but almost. The connection comes to you like a splash of cold water. Dark, cold water.
20 years ago, when you met Edgar, the Clares didn't run the Union yet, did they? There was no Union back then, maybe.
He acknowledges it. Here we go. A twist behind the dark bend.
Who did?
That bourgeois cow. Tiffin Holly was her name. Licked the rich man's hand every time he came to town. Never seen a labor leader so hot on mutual cooperation. And money. She liked that too. That Holly was a real bridge builder and a deal maker.
His eyes glistened suddenly with hatred. She was also a woman, wasn't she? Like that Crassier. I think this is a chauvinist response, so I'm not gonna say that. And then she just disappeared.
Called in, they say. On the eve of battle. Ran away. Vanished like a piss stain.
He squids and smiles at the black logs.
No, that's not quite it, is it?
Wait, I think Joyce told me about this ages ago. Maybe in episode 2 or 3. She said that Union had some higher up and then some girl called someone and then said that I'm not returning to my work anymore. And she was very scared of something, and Joyce said that it was Claire's doing, so maybe she was talking about The previous leader of the union?
Did she? They say her daughter called in, not her personally. But that wasn't really her daughter, was it?
Yeah. Precisely what Joyce was talking about.
No, I guess it was not.
You could swear you see the embers grow again under his eyes on the dust. Edgar had someone make the call. Why is that, Mr. Dross?
She couldn't make the call herself.
Here it is, the bend in the river.
Because she was killed by you? Why?
Because she was dead.
Just say nothing.
The cow caught a bullet in her right lung, fell into the canal grasping her tit and drowned. Or bled? Hard to say. It was a sloppy job, and a moving target.
I see. So, yeah, I was correct. He removed a political rival of Claire's and they took her place.
She was going home, waddling, dressed in yellow, drunk like she often was. The ruins are black around her, and she had a yellow leather bag under her arm. She tried to cross the canal, heading home to Grand Couronne or Betancourt, someplace like that, where they build those new bâtiments for the people who flourish in the hell around her, and the ruins.
Be abstract here. A bit of drama.
It was you make a motion like shooting a rifle.
Huh. It was someone. Someone shot her.
His eyes grow cold suddenly.
Or maybe she just fell. I get these violent ideations. My memory is filled with holes, especially the 30s. All I know is nothing changed. Not in the material base, not in the hegemony. There was no uprising. Just words. The Union fizzled, sogged. Nothing came of it. Nothing.
Edgar didn't keep his part of the deal. If you were to testify to this, give the RCM something on Edgar, you could walk.
The lieutenant says in a voice even calmer, as if it were nothing at all.
We would strike everything you've done and process you as a POW. You were in a war. You were on assignment. We could even extradite you to the Samaran People's Republic.
A degenerate worker state. Goat shit. No, thank you. I'm Revacholian. My days are short. I will rot away here, in a moral intern cell. I will not testify to anything.
Okay then, that's that. But I know.
All you know is I saw it happen, and I liked it. I liked it a lot. Her plump body bobbing up and down in that canal like a cork. That shit yellow bag still on her, strangling her.
Cold black coals look at the canal, then at you. Blink. Okay, this was a secret task. What happened to the previous 4 women?
The same old freezing hatred. There is plenty here to work with once he's in custody, and the lieutenant knows it. He gives you a little nod to proceed.
Okay, now I'm gonna tell you about René, but I'm not gonna say that he's dead.
Royalist ghouls played like it was life itself. Click, clack. I remember that.
There doesn't seem to be a single person under the pine today. Not even
Fat and plump. Like, no,
Save the treat.
he is better.
hearing it may destabilize him. You sure you've gotten everything from him?
Bad Fetis, yes, he's not playing this week.
Yes, of course. I hope it hurts like hell. I hope he sweats blood. Must be torture. Not to be throwing his balls for a whole week.
He seems relieved. Could he have been worried for him?
Oh.
He reminds him of himself. The same hatred. The same. You try to think of another thing, but no. It's just the hatred. They are veterans of the same war. Somewhere west in Coal City, his enemy is lying in a dark room on a metal slider. In L'Auxerre Municipal, like he will too. Soon. Half of the war between these men is over. With an agitated gait, Satellite Officer Jean Heron Vichmer paces the jetty, 22 kilometers east in Martinaise. What could he possibly be doing there for so long, he says. Police work? Patrol Officer Judith Minot replies, with a tinge of hope in her voice. Tinge of warmth, too, against the cold air rising from the water. He's drunk, she thinks, and we all know it. Still, she's just trying to see it in a generous light.
Glad? It's all gone. What? But you said I would be taken to the...
Okay, so I had no choice but to say that he's arrested anyway.
This terror is the sum of...
Your wayfarer rights have been suspended. Information provided to the officers on... Do you...
But...
Him, he's afraid.
No, I don't want to.
He's sweating. Beads are forming on his forehead.
He looks at the reeds, eyes submerged in growing terror.
Your confirmation is not required, sir. Now on to the boat.
Yeah, and
There it is again.
I have
To
succeeded
your
this one
north,
again. I
as
wanted
it
to
has been
fail.
since you... Something.
Maybe there is room for 3 on the boat.
Okay, so you're saying we can all fit in there.
We should try first. There is a prisoner transfer protocol that requires to...
What are you talking about? Is this... really us?
Your skin crawls.
And Phasmid appears before you anyway, even if you didn't acknowledge hearing it. Alright, so even if I did this interrogation differently, Dross still becomes catatonic.
A delicate tangle of arms and legs unfolds from...
What are you talking about?
Yeah, he doesn't acknowledge the Phasmid.
There's nothing there.
The stick insect. You feel your legs shaking under you, and your gun hand move to your holster to grab the gun.
I have finally gone insane.
You feel the lieutenant's hand on your back, and then you hear him say 4 words.
I can see it.
Thank God. If he can see, then you're not insane. But that means it's really there.
Be very, very careful.
Yeah, let's check him.
What is it? What do you want from me? I can't go.
Something is very wrong with him now.
No.
Nothing. There is nothing.
Yeah. He is staying in this mental state anyway, no matter what I do. Alright. I'm done playing this game, so I think I have explored enough in this playthrough, at least. So I'm gonna have some finishing thoughts about this game and just end this episode and this let's play for good. I really like how in this game you can miss or see new stuff depending in order of how you can say things. Like I would never hear him saying this information about Edgar Clare if I didn't choose to say about Rene first. I couldn't predict that he would be actually sorry about Rene and it would make him ignore my request to talk about Edgar. Yeah, so it adds more to replayability of this game and to discussions with other players. Like they can tell you stuff that they saw and you can tell them stuff that only you experience and they didn't. And it's very fascinating how this game was written in such a way that you can have like hundreds of different outcomes and methods of solving the tasks. that you can get or completely miss. Like, I think I have missed something about the smoker on the balcony. His composure check I didn't succeed anyway, and who knows what I did miss there. Yeah, I think this track that is playing right now is my favorite one in the game. I really like it. It's so relaxing and feels rewarding after the combat that you had with mercenaries. Yeah, and the last thing that I want to mention is that this game has very interesting cast of characters. Every character feels like they have their own personality, their identity. They feel like real people. And it's coming from 3 points. One is their portrait that give you an idea of what kind of person they are, and second is their voice acting. Everyone in this game are voice acted in an excellent way, just very memorable voices, so many different accents. I love it. And third one is writing. Is just what kind of stuff they can tell you, and they don't feel like a band of stereotypes or cliches. Like, they feel very real, and really like how many ways you have of agreeing with them, relating with them, or having aggressive debates with them if you want to. How you can agree to help them or completely ignore them, say some very stupid shit and make them confused. Like, it was very fun doing this. This game was very good. It was excellent. And yeah, now I'm joining the club of Disco Elysium fans that are sad that creators were kicked out from the studio, and we will never see the true sequel of it. We will see some spiritual sequels of this game. You guys probably know what I'm talking about. I did not look deep into this, but I did see some different games that are made from previous devs. Yeah, so I am excited to see what they will cook, but for now I'm skeptical that it will be as good as Disco Elysium was. This game was made with love, passion, blood and sweat. For 11 years they were developing this game, as I believe, and it's showing. Yeah, I have very little amount of complaints that I have for this game. The main one that this game is buggy. Yeah, I have experienced many bugs, like useless thoughts that say that they unlock something, but in actuality they don't. And yeah, some audio bugs, whatever. It didn't reduce my enjoyment of this game. That's what all matters. Yeah. Whew. I think I'm done. Yeah, this episode is long enough. So I hope that you enjoyed my playthrough, that I didn't make you infuriated with some things that I have decided to do or not. And yeah, next games that I will play probably will be Signalis. Yeah, I heard that it's a short game, so I think I'm gonna start it soon. So I hope I will see you there too, and yeah. Goodbye.